Boxing Ego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. 1. Billy Joe Saunders says Gennady Golovkin needs a knockout to beat Canelo in the rematch. Stay tuned. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We are working. Now, off the heels of an emphatic performance over David Lemieux, Billy Joe Saunders is in good spirits, as he should. I mean, he looked phenomenal versus David Lemieux. Now, the one thing I dislike about boxing is poor sportsmanship, and the fans who actually, some of them even pick David Lemieux to knock out Billy Joe Saunders, and when that doesn't happen, those same fans act as if they knew all along that David Lemieux had no shot and he was one-dimensional and he was going to get outboxed like that and lose every round. Like, stop fronting. Now, even though the fight's over, Billy Joe Saunders is taunting David Lemieux, and you guys see the tweet from him on his verified account. He says, "David Lemieux, tell me you love me, bitch." So I don't know what that's about, but obviously just putting salt in the wound. And listen, some people got mad. I posted this on Instagram. Some people got mad. I feel it. Billy Joe Saunders, I'm not saying he had to do that or maybe it wasn't overkill, but what I am saying is David Lemieux says, "I'll kill him," like death. He also said, "I want to put him in the hospital." And David Lemieux, you know what I mean, he wasn't a saint. He was doing what fighters do, and he was talking greasy and talking about hospitalizing and or killing Billy Joe Saunders. And he's like, "I can't wait to get my hands on you." Even post-fight, I thought it was classless when David Lemieux says, "Oh, he ran, and if that's how he chooses to win fights, then I guess congratulations, but I didn't think he was gonna run all night." You know what I mean? But props to him. You know what I mean? You don't say, like, after you got dominated and lost every round, and you look like you got hurt in some of the rounds, round 7 and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying 2 wrongs equal a right, but it's a brutal sport. And you know what I mean? Billy Joe Saunders, him and Tyson Fury are very similar. Aside from the gypsy background and them being friends, they're similar in regards to the attitude. You know what I mean? They're not going to sugarcoat it. And like I said, don't start none, won't be none. David Lemieux kind of took his L in a poor sport fashion. So, you know what I mean? Billy Joe Saunders retaliated with that. But the title of the video you guys seen, interesting point. Shout out to my friend, my girl, Michelle Joy Phelps, and Behind the Gloves. Check out their exclusive interview with Billy Joe Saunders. Link is in the description so you guys can watch it, give her the viewership. And Billy Joe Saunders said a couple things about Canelo Triple G rematch, and it was an interesting point. I thought it would be a good topic to talk about. Billy Joe Saunders says, if Canelo versus Triple G rematch, if it goes to points, Canelo Alvarez will get it, even if Golovkin wins. Golovkin has got to knock him out. So that's a theme that I've read a lot. As the fight gets closer, it draws closer. Not official yet, but it looks like it's going to go. And I've also said this, I've been on record, my personal opinion was Golden Boy was going to watch the Saunders-Lemieux fight. That's why they, instead of wrapping up the negotiate, because you have to understand, I report boxing, I cover boxing. They started negotiations for the rematch. They really could have started in September after the first fight, right? Even if Canelo didn't plan on coming back until 2018, you could start negotiations, whatever. But they're on record at least starting and talking and getting the negotiations. Go look at the reports, and Tom Loeffler and Golden Boy talking in October. But then reports came out that they were going to pause negotiations for the holidays and watch Saunders-Lemieux and then resume after that. So to me, in my honest opinion, my assessment is Golden Boy was waiting to see if their fighter, David Lemieux, who's with Golden Boy, see how he looked versus Billy Joe Saunders, how Billy Joe Saunders looked. And let's say David Lemieux knocked out. If he knocked out Saunders or looked good and dominated him or something, then now they have 2 options for Canelo. Either one, Canelo can bypass the Triple G immediate rematch and fight David Lemieux. Easy fight to make. And David Lemieux even corroborated this. He did interviews before the Saunders fight stating that, hey, Oscar De La Hoya said if I win this, they'll give me Canelo. You know what I mean? So I think that's either one option, or two, if Lemieux won and everybody knows Canelo and Lemieux were both with Golden Boy, that would have given Canelo and Golden Boy leverage in the fact that if Triple G, let's say there's something in the contract that he wanted, or he wanted more money, then Canelo's side would have leverage, because they could easily say, you don't get more money, take it or leave it, because we got this other option. We could fight David Lemieux right now if you're tripping. So that could have been a negotiating and a leverage, just basically a bargaining chip that Golden Boy had. But seeing how Billy Joe Saunders made David Lemieux look, it kind of spoiled the plans. Not only did David Lemieux not win, but he didn't look good in the fight. And now people are questioning his future. So fast forward to the future, I think the Triple G fight was kind of a must, because who's Canelo going to fight? He could either fight a Billy Joe Saunders who looked exceptionally slippery and gave a style using his feet. Golden Boy Eric Gomez with Golden Boy did an interview saying, oh, Billy Joe ran, but that's bullshit. The style, who cares? It's your job to cut off the ring, jab, slow him to the body. Canelo's a phenomenal body puncher. Beat up his body, slow down the Erislandy Ladas, the Billy Joe Saunders. You know what I mean? That whole running shit is to appeal to casuals and give people something to make an excuse for. So in my opinion, I think the Canelo Triple G fight has to happen. It's a big money fight. They need closure. And the other options for Canelo would have been more wild cards. Billy Joe looked good in his last fight. Slippery fighter. Jamal Charlo is a dangerous fight. Plus, you're going to get less money. If Canelo were to fight Jamal Charlo, he's obviously going to get less money than a Golovkin rematch. Danny Jacobs, a very tall, athletic guy who used his feet and fought in pocket and fought in different ways versus Golovkin. That's a dangerous fight. Demetrius Andrade, Canelo never really, him and his team never really acted like Andrade existed, even though Andrade called him a bitch at 154. So to me, I think Golden Boy, I'm not going to say they're forced, because no one's forced. They could have pulled a rabbit out the hat, but I feel like all the top names are all dangerous, so it made the most sense for the Canelo Triple G rematch. Now back to the topic. That was just my little thought process. I want to know what you guys think. Do you agree with Billy Joe Saunders in this interview? He says Golovkin has to knock out Canelo. So I mean, me personally, as a boxing fan, not even, I'll put my reporter hat down. As a boxing fan, I hope it's not some more controversy or more bullshit. I hope it's like a Ward Kovalev where we get a definitive, clear-cut winner. There's no questions. There's no like hanky scorecards or nothing. It's just straight up, we know who won for either guy. Because I don't care who wins. I just want to see a clean fight, judged fairly and all that. We all know the Adelaide Byrd scorecard was bullshit. 118 to 110. Neither guy should have got that. Even Golovkin. Even if you had him winning, he didn't win 10 rounds out of 12. You know what I mean? So I hope Billy Joe Saunders is wrong here. And the other thing is, to me, the reason why I believe he might be wrong is because there's going to be, based on the controversy for the first fight, right? If it goes to the scorecards, there's going to be so much pressure on these judges to get it right based on how controversial the Adelaide Byrd scorecard would. So even though Golden Boy Canelo in the past has had some very weird scoring, from the Austin Trout open scoring, they had Austin Trout losing every round basically when the fight was competitive at first, right? They had the Mayweather Canelo. They said Canelo fought to a draw and he won pretty much no rounds. Definitely after round 3 he didn't do anything. You know what I mean? They said the Lada fight, Erislandy Lada and Canelo, was 117-111. They had Amir Khan badly losing when I thought Amir Khan clearly won the first 4 rounds. You know what I mean? And he got knocked out in the 6th. So we know, I understand why people feel how they feel, but I just feel like with the Golovkin fight, you're fighting the same guy. Everybody knows the controversy, and then the Nevada State Athletic Commission, even Bob Bennett or whatever, he got on the podium and was talking at the press conference, which is something you don't always see, and he's giving his excuse or reason why it happened and speaking on behalf of Adelaide Byrd and all that. So I just feel like there's going to be so much of a spotlight if it does go to the cards for them to get it right. I don't think the judges will be bold enough to come pull some crazy ass 118, 110 scorecard when that wasn't indicative of what we all seen. So I understand why a guy like Billy Joe Saunders would say what he's saying, but I don't think personally Golovkin has to knock him out if he can win clean. But if it's this herky-jerky and both guys... See, one of the problems that I noticed with the first fight is I don't think it was either guy's best performance. I think both guys did good in spots, but there's definitely things they could improve because no one really showed separation, which made it hard to judge. Straight up, that's my honest opinion. And both guys were timid. You know what I mean? Canelo wasn't as authoritative with some of his combination punching and sitting down on every shot like he does against a lesser fighter. Credit to Golovkin. Maybe Golovkin's presence and pressure made it hard for him to do that. But then the same thing goes for Triple G. When he had Canelo back against the ropes and Canelo was like, come on, baiting him, he wasn't really getting off like he would against a Marco Antonio Rubio or Matthew Macklin. So props to Canelo. The upper body movement, the defense and things like that made it tricky. So I just hope the guys show separation in this rematch, but I think there's going to be so much pressure on these judges if it does go to the decision to get it right based on the controversy. I just can't see it happening again. You know what I mean? And I understand the people have conspiracy theories and Golden Boy pays this person, but it would be stupid. It's just like I used to work at Sears and somebody was stealing. They were like finding all this inventory that was missing, right? And people were stealing out of the registers, people stealing like merchandise and stuff like that. And then the AP, the security department, put everyone on notice, like, hey, we installed these new cameras in the back rooms and all this and that. And then all of a sudden the stealing went away. You know what I mean? When they started putting new cameras up and hidden cameras in the stock rooms and stuff like that, all of a sudden it went away. You know why? Because they knew they were under surveillance and no one's trying to risk it now that the spot's hot. You know what I mean? If you know the feds are wiretapping your phone and following you after you committed a murder or something, you probably aren't, even if you're a serial killer, you're probably not going to keep murdering people if you know you're under surveillance and you're being watched and followed by the feds. You know what I'm saying? So I think the Canelo Triple G 1 fight, the Adelaide Bird scorecard had people in such an uproar that it brought a controversy and a black cloud over the first fight. So I can't see him being that bold and brazen where they're going to do it again. You know what I'm saying? I can't see that. But hopefully, like I said, the fighters put on a performance where someone can pull away and we get to see a clear-cut winner. No bullshit, no controversy. Let me know if you agree with Billy Joe Saunders or do you see where I'm coming from? Who wins the rematch? Who do you think can make the better adjustments? Canelo, Triple G? And do you want to see the winner fight Billy Joe Saunders to be undisputed? That's something that's forgotten in the sport of boxing. We got to get back to that. Shout out to Bud Crawford, Terrence Crawford. He didn't forget about it and he cleared out his division, not just the money fights. He could have easily tried to push for a Broner fight instead of Julius Ndongo, but you get more respect being undisputed. You know what I mean? The money is going to keep coming as long as you keep winning and keep doing well for yourself. Just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Make sure you smash the like button. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button. And you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.